Hi everybody, I'm here to report on yesterday's dismal draw in Paisley, where Rangers could only draw one each with St Mirren. And for a change, I'm going to start at the end. Our head coach, in his post-match comments, said, "It's not the end of the world." Well, Russell, I'm afraid it's beyond that. It's post-apocalypse as far as Rangers fans are concerned. Most of them want you gone. They want you gone now, Monday morning. But more sensible ones like me, hopefully, will realise that there's no way the new owners will sack their choice of manager before the end of August. That's a fact. If you had been a previous regime's manager, they might have just fired you, but not when they hand picked you after 7 interviews apparently, and were so impressed by you that they just had to have you. And meanwhile, the fans who know what they're watching, who know what they've watched for the last 15 years, I know what I've watched for the last 65 years. We want you gone, but it ain't going to happen. So we'll just hope for a miracle that you can turn things around, but it's not looking likely. So let's go back to the beginning now. Saw the team pretty much as we expected, with one change that we didn't. The back four was the sort of one we expected. That's the one everybody thought would play. Oh, except not because they're all great players and you can't drop any of them, because they were the only ones available. So you're stuck with that back four, come what may. Butland in goal. The biggest change was, we didn't bother playing with a striker. We've scored 3 goals in 3 league games, but we didn't bother playing with a striker, although we had 2 on the bench. Now, I thought, in all my years of watching Rangers, I've never seen that before. But then I remembered UEFA Cup final, Joe Aribo, he played as a false 9, but that was because none of the strikers were really fit, so we had to use some bit of imagination. Yesterday we had 2 strikers on the bench, and the head coach still plays Asgard as your false 9 up front with 2 wingers either side of him. So that didn't look good right from the start. Then what else can we say? It was the usual insipid, slow, pedestrian, clueless performance that we see practically every week now. We saw last year and the year before that. So no energy, no determination, no grit, being bullied by a team of Neds and hammer throwers, basically. Long ball game, 2 big strong strikers up front to bully our defenders. It works every time, obviously. We thought Robin Lurpak was soft. Well, Fernandez and John Souttar don't look any stronger because they were shoved off the ball and fouled and whatnot the whole game. So just a typical away game. But more worryingly, it's happening at Ibrox as well nowadays. So we got what we deserved. We didn't deserve to win. I mean, this was the ridiculous thing. We had 70 odd percent possession, and yet both teams had the same number of shots at goal. I think it was about 13, and we had 6 shots on target, and they had 4. So with 20 odd percent of possession, St Mirren just basically were as dangerous as us, maybe more so. So anyhow, had plenty of possession, going nowhere, had a shot at goal, then 30 odd minutes, punt out of defence, just 10 yards outside our half. The guy hits a lovely pass right through the middle between Fernandez and Souttar. Fernandez was the guy who lost his man, Ayunga. Souttar was too far away to really close him down and tackle, but he runs beside him or behind him or whatever, and then the guy did a lovely finish past Jack Butland, no chance. So great breakaway goal, but 2 passes, one wasn't even a pass, it was just a clearance out of the box. So 1 pass and a shot, and they're 1-0 up. And actually, they played their best spell football, St Mirren, for 5-6 minutes after that. They actually passed it about rather than just a long ball up the middle or to the right wing where they were targeting Magoma, obviously. So what else? First half, near the end, we should have equalised, a kind of scramble. Asgard miskicked it, hit the goalie's foot, bounced up, went behind him, and the goalie did a brilliant save by stretching his hand behind him and just palming it away before it went over the line. And that's the nearest we came to scoring in the first half. So it should have been one each, but no, we're going 1-0 down. So same again, slightly better in the second half. When he changed the shape, 3 at the back, with Aarons as part of the back 3. And by the way, miracle of miracles, in the first half, Aarons actually got to the byline and chipped a ball into the box. Hey, first time we've seen that. And then another couple of times, he actually ran forward and passed it forward. So maybe another year or so we'll actually have a right back on our hands. Oh, wait a minute, we won't be signing him. He'll be going back to Bournemouth and presumably out on another loan because he's just not up to top-class football, as we've seen already. So anyhow, second half, much the same. We were better, but, Gogic had a chance to score and missed it. And then Finlay Curtis had come on. Well, no, sorry, before that, Mikey Moore came on with the structural changes, played in the left wing. And unlike the Ant-Man, who didn't get a pass put in front of him but had his back to goal every time he got a pass, for some reason out on the left Moore was actually getting a pass where he could run forward with the ball and actually try and get past defenders. I mean, they were doubling up on him, so he didn't really do any damage, but at least it was hopeful that he was running forward towards the box and trying to take on players, whereas the Ant-Man wasn't even getting the chance to do that. Gassama did some of it, but he was being crowded out as well, so you can't really blame him for that. So really looking as if it was a hopeless cause, and when Finlay Curtis had come on, within 3 minutes he actually equalised. Ball came out, he's in the 18-yard line, low shot, heading towards the goal obviously, took a slight deflection that fooled the goalkeeper and it went. Who cares? A couple of minutes later, nice move, Finlay Curtis again, it rolled in front of him, great shot, straight at the goalkeeper right enough, but the goalie still had to save it and kind of punch it over the bar or to the side or whatever. So 2 shots in about 3 minutes, that was more than the rest of the team put together, I think. And then after that, near the end, Tavernier, nice move, Tavernier, I don't know if it was a shot or a cross or whatever, but Daniel got a head flick on it and the goalie had to save it with his chest this time. So in fact, in that wee spell, we could have actually gone into the lead. And then lo and behold, right at the end, into injury time, and Gogic cross into the box. Gogic, free header, only Suter beside him. There was 3 St Mirren guys running into the box and only Suter there. Don't know what the rest of the team was doing. And it took Butland to jump up and palm it over the bar. Might have gone over anyhow, but well done Jack Butland. That could have been the winning goal. So 1 each, fair result. We can't complain. Terrible performance. That's what's worrying. Nothing's getting better. He's really throwing players on in different positions, I think, hoping something will happen. But there's no sign of real coaching. Over coaching, maybe. You get the impression when a player gets the ball, he thinks, oh, what does the coach want me to do in this situation? No, use your instincts. You're a football player. You make decisions instinctively, quickly. You look around, you know what's happening. You don't go back to the blackboard or the whiteboard and say, what did the coach show us we were to do in this situation? So it's just a shambles. I don't know who played well. Nobody played well yesterday. I'll give Jack Butland definite pass marks. Maybe Raskin to a lesser extent. Gassama, and that was it. Everybody. Joe Rothwell was absolutely horrendous. He lost the ball. He gave it away. He was slow. He looked as if he couldn't run. It was just shocking. That's a guy that played for Leeds last year. So there's no way he should be in the team ahead of the likes of Cameron, who runs all day and gets stuck in. Twice near the end, Cameron had to chase the guy from, I don't know, the halfway line right into our box to stop a goal, just keep goal side of him, and eventually he managed to stop the situation getting worse. And Raskin did the same a couple of minutes later. We need guys like that who are going to run all day and get stuck in and never give up. And that's what the manager promised us, and we've hardly seen it this season. So unless he gets him at least doing that, fitter, running about, getting stuck in, never giving up, showing a bit of bravery on the ball, taking the opposition on, we are really doomed. Bruges will probably beat us by 3 or 4 on Wednesday, and I don't even want to think of the Celtic game if we play like that in that same mentality and physical lack of presence. We really are up against it. So who knows? Maybe I'll just be an idiot and I'll be proved wrong.